Hi, my name is Brent Jordan, and I teach drum set and percussion at McHenry County College. I just wanted to take a moment to speak a little bit about the music that you'll be hearing today, and so I will be starting with this Liturgical Suite that I'm calling it. This music is, at least the first two arrangements I'll be playing are from a collection of music called Sacred Music for Marimba. It's a 2-volume collection, and the first volume is by David R. Gillingham, and so he is the arranger for the Prelude on Be Thou My Vision. And then in the second volume, and the second piece that I'll be playing today is by Nathaniel Daltrey, and that's the Prelude to All Creatures of Our God and King. This particular collection is one of the only ones I'm aware of that has, again, as a collection, a number of arrangements that are really written for and take advantage of writing for marimba, writing that is idiomatic to the marimba. There are a number of other collections out there, but they're really just 2, 3, and 4-part chorales. And certainly there's other arrangements too that you can find of individual compositions, and there's actually a fair amount of pretty good music out there for that. But as a collection, these are sort of the only ones I'm aware of that really take advantage of writing for the instrument, and it's mostly music that you can use pretty much at any point along the liturgical calendar. So the backstory to these, I actually recorded these in the summer. And, this was at a point when it was pretty clear that just due to the nature of the pandemic, recording and being able to edit video is probably something that we're going to start to do a lot more from now on. And so in addition to, the external webcam and a microphone that I bought back in March of last year when all of this sort of happened, I also decided that it'd probably be a good idea to replace my laptop because it didn't really have the processing power to do a lot of video editing. And so even though there's a lot of great free video editing software programs out there, I couldn't really run those effectively. So this was part of that effort to, one, make sure that I'm recording ready and to gain some knowledge with how to shoot and edit video. And so this collection of material was some of the first things that I shot, and so that's why that happened over the summer. There had been a church gig that I had where I was playing contemporary worship music at a church closer to where I live down here in South Elgin. The church is located in St. Charles. But that gig came to an end once the stay-at-home orders went into place last March. But this was just some music that I decided I would record. And so since it was kind of experimental for me, it was just a chance to learn some repertoire quickly, but then to also share this in kind with the church. And so that's why I'd sort of decided on this particular selection of repertoire. But yeah, that's kind of the backstory behind it. And what you'll notice is then on the third piece that's on here, it's just a snap arrangement I came up with on Down in the River to Pray. And this was shot using a program called Acapella, and that's a program that is for Apple devices, so whether it's a tablet or phone. And the idea behind this is that there's multiple setups for different frames you can choose from in this program. And essentially you can just record your own ensemble pieces on your own, and of course you can collaborate with other people too. But this was just a chance again to get to know that program, just to make sure I understand how that works, and to again just gain some insight into the ins and outs of it and see how it works. So the final arrangement that you'll see is just one that I did, and it's me just recording the different parts, marimba accompaniment, the melody, and a drum set part, again as an accompaniment instrument to go along with everything else. And yeah, and so again, all of these were opportunities to just learn how to shoot, gain some knowledge of these programs, but also to share this music, again, initially, at least in kind, with the church that I was going to. But then at the final part of that story is that over the summer we had a variety of meetings where church leadership wanted to know if it was possible to record more contemporary music, but to maybe do so remotely. And of course, acapella is uniquely suited for that. It's very easy, it's very point and shoot. You send a link to someone else who has the program, and then as soon as they have that, they can pop in and then record their part. And so that had been something that I sort of pushed for when we had these meetings initially. And so because of that, and over time, I requested it, and then also then received permission to sort of get reinstated for the pay scale that I was on. So I actually wound up getting the gig back in a way months later, and so again, I think just another point of that story is that having knowledge of these things can be useful, and of course you might get some work out of that, and so that's kind of full circle. But that's where this music came from, that's what's going on with it. You'll notice in the videos too, I'll use this room as the backdrop for what I'm shooting, so you'll see that in the background. But anyways, without saying too much, yeah, short story long, I'm going to play this music for you now, and so thank you for listening, and please enjoy. Hello again, Brent Jordan, one more time. So I just wanted to introduce what I'm calling the Jazz Suite, my jazz set that I've contributed towards the recital today. So in speaking about this music, these are all compositions that are by John Riley. John is really well known in music education circles, but of course he's a very active drummer, great player, great thinker, great lecturer. And, but it's primarily, I think, it's his books that he put out that gives him the most renown in some of these circles. It was definitely no different at U of I. I remember the Vanguard Orchestra came in. I think maybe the second to last year I was down there. But literally everybody in Dana Hall's studio knew exactly who this was because everyone's working out of this book. And so it was just kind of funny being in that workshop with John when they came in was super cool. But everybody standing in the circle when we were like standing there listening to him, everyone's just like, oh, it's John Riley. But anyways, yeah, he's really well known for that, and you'll find that there are plenty of music curriculums that use his books, and I'm certainly no different when it comes to that because they provide a great stepping stone into describing the concepts that occur in these different styles of jazz. And as a component of those books, he has, in the first two, Art of Bop and Beyond Bop, and that's where the music you're going to hear today comes from, he has different arrangements of different styles within jazz, and there's also a drummerless recording that comes along with that. So you'll hear the band play, and then there's a version later on in the CD, increasingly I think there's also the MP3 versions today. My book came with the CD-ROM. But there's also a version that has the drums rolled out of the mix. And so the idea is that you can play along with it and practice these arrangements and practice some of these concepts you're working on in the book. So to me, when I found out that we were going to be doing the virtual recital, this is probably one of the only options we really have to present some jazz to you. So it just immediately, right away I was like, well, it'd probably just be a good idea to maybe throw a few of these together to put these concepts together and just to create a short set of music for you guys. So yeah, that's pretty much where this music comes from. Like I said, School Days is first, and then October, which is a ballad. School Days is kind of like a straight-ahead kind of thing. Those are from his first book, Art of Bop Drumming. And then the last song that you'll hear today is called Speed Bumps Ahead, and that's from Beyond Bop Drumming. So in those concepts, the harmonies are a little bit more open. There's a lot more freedom for the drum set to really play and kind of dig in. Although you'll probably realize over the course of listening to me, I interpret these songs very openly. So even though the first two tracks could be played very straight ahead and that would work, I'm kind of playing in a much wider open, more modern kind of concept. And so that's pretty much what's going on here. But yeah, it's all John Riley's music. Like I said, I felt like this might be the best way to kind of present some jazz music to you. And that's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else to say other than, yeah, you'll notice this is the space I record the drum set stuff in. Obviously, for any percussion recordings, especially when it comes to mallets, and for my percussion lessons, I'll be in that studio. But louder stuff, I tend to come in here. So timpani, if you checked out the concert band concert from this year, that was recorded in this room. And then, of course, the drum set stuff is over here in the corner. And then my other kit over here is what I'll use to teach lessons on. It's got practice head and practice cymbals, so it's really quiet. And so that way I can sort of keep the peace a little bit more as I continue on with my teaching day. So again, not to say too much, but I just trying to find the best way to be thorough about how I'm describing this. That's pretty much all there is to say. That's where the stuff comes from, and that's what I'm trying to do with it. So at any rate, again, please enjoy this, and enjoy the set, and I hope you enjoyed the program today. Thanks again.
This is a song I wrote for my son and daughter. It's called The Luck of the Irish.
When you think about the great partnerships in musical theater, uh, this generation may think of Andrew Lloyd Webber and Tim Rice. My generation, the first names that come to mind are probably Rodgers and Hammerstein, Lerner and Lowe. If you move back, there's Jerome Kern, Lorenz Hart. There's Gilbert and Sullivan. One of the first great musical theater teams was Wolfgang Mozart and Lorenzo da Ponte. Between the two of them, they wrote three of the greatest operas of all time: Don Giovanni, Marriage of Figaro, Così fan tutte. More than 200 years later, these three operas are still played all the time. In honor of the 78th anniversary of Oklahoma, which was March 31st, 1943 in New York City, I'm just going to play a little bit. Think about if Mozart and Da Ponte had stumbled on a story very similar to Green Grows the Lilacs, which Oklahoma is based on. You might say, well, there's no way that Mozart's horn players could have played those tunes on a horn without valves. Well, if I can do it, those guys probably could. Here is a little Fantasia, Fantasia, if you will, on themes from Oklahoma. Yep.
When flakes of snow are falling slow, I hum a tune in blue and watch the cotton grow. A white rune on glass, white petals in grass. I sing a song in blue and watch the hours pass. When snow pearls float 1,000 crystal boats on a pale sea, I watch a moon-white coast. catch a low dropping note on soft scales of snow and play my melody in blue and watch the falling snow. Flakes of snow are falling slow, I hum a tune in blue and watch the cotton grow. A white rune on glass, white petals in grass. I sing a song in blue and watch the hours pass. When snow pearls float 1,000 crystal boats on a pale sea, I watch a moon-white coast. I catch a low dropping note on soft scales of snow and play my melody in blue and watch the falling snow. I play my melody in blue and watch the falling snow.